Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today I want to talk about something my guides have asked me to discuss with the collective that has come up in my recent readings. So I've been shown multiple times that we are going through a great purging right now. I would call it a release, but it is more like a purging. This is to hasten the ascension process, I'm hearing. This release is on all levels. It's on the physical. A lot of people are going to feel very deeply fatigued, even bordering on depression. But of course, if you're experiencing any mental health issues, please see the appropriate professional for help. So anything that I say today is only a piece of the puzzle. And if you're really struggling, please go seek help from the appropriate professionals, okay? Or whatever works best for you. So my guides are showing me physical disruptions, they're calling it. They're showing it to me like there's something living inside of us that needs to leave. It's like an eruption of something, but they're showing it to me as something living, like energy that is moving inside of us that needs to be purged. They're showing it as also shaking and anxiety, lots of crying, lots of releasing through crying. So they're guiding this collective to allow yourself to cry. They're showing me Bach flower remedies. I don't know if any of you have ever used Bach flower remedies. Again, I have to just add the disclaimer that I'm not a medical doctor, so please use your own discernment and speak with your own, medical practitioners about what is right for you. But Bach flower remedies could be very helpful for you at this time. They're showing me all the grounding exercises as well. So they're showing me that this release is happening through the physical body, through the emotional body, and through the mental body. And that the source of this purging is in the spiritual body. So in case some of you may not know, the order in which impasses occur, it's from the outer to the inner, from the spiritual, the etheric, the astral, and then descending into the more formed places, the mental, the emotional, and then finally the physical. So that once something descends onto the physical, it has sort of taken a very long journey to get there. But I'm hearing from my guides not to fear, that this is releasing quite swiftly now, and that your single job is to allow it to happen. So they're asking me to speak about interference. So some of what I have experienced during my readings has not just been interference, it is also a purging. There's a testing occurring, something that is showing up in my reality whilst reading for you all, so that we can all learn together how to rise in our power, how to rebuke that energy and rise above it and not be taken down or battle it. And so that's part of what I'm learning and what I'm here to dispense as a now burgeoning wisdom, I would call it. As I'm coming upon it myself, I'm dispensing that to you all. And in essence, I think we're experiencing this together. And please feel free to share in your own experiences of what might be feeling like interference that you might, they're showing me the Hanged Man, perceive in a different way. Yeah. As sort of one final attempt for this patterning to maintain itself before it dies. And so there's a call to us to look upon things from a different perspective and name them something else. So that something that we might have called interference, we might view as this very weak energy, this weak patterning from many past lives, this final karmic attempt to pull us down that will not win. I'm getting a big yes on that. And to just transcend it, to learn how to transcend it, albeit, this is a challenge. Okay, so it's going to feel challenging, but that doesn't mean that you can't overcome it. But the key is not to see it as just something to battle or something that is against you, but rather something that is rising one final time before its death, that teaches you need to take that sort of, that last, it's like a deep breath. And that last sort of, it's almost as if you're running a marathon and you feel like you can't go that last leg of the race. And then, one of your family members is like, Jean, you could do it. Mike, you could do it. And then you're like, okay, I can do it. And all of a sudden you're just filled with this vitality, and you run and you run and you run and you do it. And so Spirit is guiding all of us to take that deep breath with them cheering us on, and me being maybe the messenger here to cheer you on for this sort of last leg, that you can do it, that we can do it. And that there's nothing to battle. There's nothing to battle. It's about letting something move through and out and seeing that point of egress, right? That exit point from all of this craziness. So by being aware of this great purging that is occurring, you might look upon these instances with less frustration and less angst, and more Spirit, what are they looking upon this? They're showing it to me as you're just observing it. You're just watching it move. Without battling it, without analyzing it. They're saying, you're not always going to know where the crying comes from, or the frustration, because it doesn't even exist in this incarnation. It may not even be yours. But for many of us, it is coming from past lives. Okay, so they're telling me to just share a little anecdote. So in the last few days on my balcony, I've been seeing little scarab beetles, tiny little ones. Never had them on my balcony before. One was located in my apartment by one of my cats who saw it from across the room. I mean, tiny. And I saved it and put it outside. And then yet again, another one showed up on my balcony, and then a third. And Spirit is showing me that there's significance in the scarab beetle about death, resurrection, or renewal occurring. And they wanted me to share this with you in case that is meaningful to anyone. The scarab beetle, or ancient Egypt. I know that's a prominent symbol in ancient Egypt, from ancient Egypt. And for anyone who practices Cometicism, I don't know why that's being brought up in my mind right now, but there it is. And then this morning, after sort of a weighty period personally where I was feeling this purging myself, I saw a baby, little tiny baby, like literally, it was like, I've never seen such a tiny one, a little tiny ladybug, which to me always signifies good luck, something good coming in. And so there's a reminder here that there's a purpose for all of this purging. It's not going to be endless. It's not going to be relentless. There is going to be a rising of the light as this clears. And it's not to paint lofty dreams or notions of just rainbows and butterflies. I'm not trying to spiritually bypass here. I'm merely just telling you what I'm seeing is occurring whilst going through that purging, okay? Without going into too many personal details that perhaps you guys might not be interested in, but just really a mirroring effect in the Lightworkers Collective here, where I think many of us are experiencing the same thing, that I'm with you in this, that I'm being shown the point of light that we are coming upon at the end of this purging. And my guides are just encouraging you to look around your lives for little serendipitous signs that are showing up to remind you of the same. So I'm just going to ask Spirit. I'm going to pull just a few cards before I close out here. And I'll get back to my regular readings this week. I just needed a break this weekend rather. So my guides, I'm just calling them in. What else do you want to tell the collective, please, about this purging? What else do you want to tell them, please? And thank you. Show us very clearly. I ask kindly. Oh my goodness, you guys. Awakening ancient wisdom. Deep inner knowing is emerging within me with the gold chalice here. So they just talked about the scarab beetle and that being a purging and a clearing from ancient Egypt. And they're showing us now that is to pave the way for the remembrance of the wisdom from ancient Egypt. And they're telling me from other epochs as well. Oh my God, I'm shaking at the serendipity here. And with the gold chalice here, there being this sort of this overwhelming abundance coming in the aftermath of this purging. And when it says deep inner knowing is emerging within me, there's a message to this group to feel into this message, to feel the resonance, because you will feel it. I can't believe how that just flipped over. I feel tremendous gratitude to my guides and your guides, any of your guides that are working with me, for that validation of that message. That we are awakening to our gifts, to what feels like our soul's identity, to our divinity at this time. They're highlighting this stone that looks like the emerald stone in here, which really, to me, indicates the combination of the heart opening along with abundance. Abundance. They're showing this to me as sort of the breath also. They're saying breathing new life into this collective. New life is being breathed into this collective. They're reminding you guys that something is emerging from deep within you, that it's not outside, that you need to learn and take in, that all of the wisdom lies within you. That is so beautiful. Anything else for this collective, please? And thank you, my guides. Okay, this one. How beautiful is that? Following your bliss, my soul sings with joy. I'm hearing coming back to life, coming back to life. That there might have been a period where you felt like your life was at a standstill. They're showing me the Four of Swords, where I'm hearing like you might have felt like you were taken out, in the sense of out of the game, out of life, almost as if you felt like you couldn't start again. And there's guidance here about not just needing to start again, but that you will start again. And that where you should begin is where you feel the most happy, joy, whatever comes naturally to you with regards to bliss. That's where you may begin. And it might be music. It might be, being around animals. It might be being in nature. I'm hearing divine balance. Okay. So they're showing me in this card that there is both the moon and the sun. And they're showing this to me as the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's some kind of They're showing me the Justice card now. There's something righting itself. There's something balancing in your life now. I'm hearing karmic justice. Yeah, it's more, they're just refining the original message, and that this is going to usher in this new chapter. They're saying it's not a chapter, it's sort of the next phase of your life where joy and prosperity is coming in, where the divine masculine and the divine feminine are going to find their harmony, I'm hearing. Okay, let's get one more card. What else do you want to tell the collective spirit? And thank you so much about this purging and about the emergence of their prosperity and their bliss. What final message do you have for this collective? Can you show us clearly, please? Launching your journey. I am an intrepid traveler. Wow. Sailing forth into the universe. My goodness. Launching your journey. These are no joke words. Launching and intrepid, right? This is a no joke card. I'm hearing no holds barred. Yeah, right after this, whatever this is that is purging, this is a whole new life as they're showing it to me. This is a remembering of your power, your intrepid power as a traveler in this life, that nothing is stopping you. You are on your way to your castle. And they're showing it to me with the water, you being here and the castle being on the other side of the water here. Yes, you're going to go through this emotional purging, but it's like, it's not even that much in the distance. Your castle is right there. And they're showing even where you are, the path is clear. They're showing me that the path is clear. And what you are looking for, I'm hearing what is seeking you, right? I believe that's Rumi. That might be wrong. You can look that up. But anyway, that's what I'm hearing. What you are seeking is seeking you. And you're about to take off on this tremendous journey up ahead. I'm hearing where the road is going to unfold in front of you, is how I'm hearing it. The road is going to unfold in front of you. So there is much to look forward to. There is much to look forward to. Is there anything else you want to tell this group? They're showing me again with the moon, there is the divine feminine coming online for this group, this yielding to this prosperity. So often we talk about the divine feminine as the capacity to receive and this capacity to yield, to help. And what Spirit is showing me now is that you're opening to your capacity to receive from the universe, not just from other people, but that your riches are coming in emotional fulfillment, I'm hearing. And to experience a life that has not been lived, that has not yet been lived, and just to hold on a little bit more. I am an intrepid traveler. That's what they want me to end with. You have tremendous power on your journey, and you have tremendous prosperity up ahead. So just keep going is the message today. Because you are going to remember who you are and what you are, and you're going to remember your ancient wisdom and your ancient gifts. And you're going to come into some karmic justice here, where a lot of wrongs in previous lives that you are reliving currently in the form of purging, they are going to be righted now. And just look upon any area of levity in your life, anything that brings you bliss, allow that to be your guide into this next phase of utter prosperity. Okay, that's where they're telling me to close. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings on this intrepid journey Okay. And I look forward to connecting with you guys in the next reading. Take good care.